Hi Libra and Libra rising, welcome to your reading for Pluto's shift into Aquarius. So I am going to pull some tarot cards shortly, but I just kind of want to give you a brief overview of the energies that we're dealing with here. As I said, this reading is for Libra and Libra rising. So if you need to generate your own birth chart, there will be a link in the description box for that. But let's get into it. So first of all, Pluto's energy. Pluto was in Capricorn for the last 16 or so years. It's now in Aquarius and it will be there for around about 20 years. With Pluto, as you may already know, Pluto is an energy and a planet of change, transformation, of power. So Pluto basically breaks things down, strips them back and goes beneath the surface so that we can identify where change is needed. We can then purge, we can regenerate, we can let go of what we need to let go of, and we can take our power back, hopefully at the end of it. So when it was in Capricorn, connecting with that Capricorn energy, it would have shown us where there is a misuse or abuse of power. And that can be in your personal life, and it's shown up in the whole world as well, which is still ongoing. And that would be showing us the shadow side of finance systems, the government, with authority and authority figures, with if I can say it, patriarchal structures, because Capricorn is the father of the zodiac, isn't it? Well, Saturn is the father of the zodiac, I guess, in a way. But Capricorn is connected to that father energy. So that, again, could have played out in your personal life. You could have had matters come up relating to your father or father figures in your life where there's change or taking back of power there. So that could have come up for you, and it's shown up in the world as well. And basically, with Pluto and Capricorn, it would have shown us where transformation is needed wherever there is any inequity in terms of power or resources. And I think those things are still ongoing. It's not a sudden shift. It's kind of the Capricorn and Aquarius energies melting or melding into each other for things to change. We take what we've learned from the previous chapter into the new chapter, don't we? So with Pluto being in Aquarius, again, change, transformation, issues relating to power. But with Aquarius is a very progressive and liberating energy. But with Aquarius, it's going to be changes that will impact sort of equality and freedom for everyone, so liberation for all. It will show us in our personal lives and collectively where we have been disempowered and where we need to take our power back, or how to take our power back. Aquarius pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible. So this can show up in technology, which it is starting to, in terms of higher consciousness and just things that are for the greater good of all. So we could by some miracle, I shouldn't say it like that, I should be more hopeful than that, shouldn't I? We could by some miracle over the next 20 years, or even when that 20-year period ends, get to a point where we have like a golden age. There is a book, actually, I think, is it Diana Cooper? I haven't read the whole book yet, I've started it, I need to finish it, where there could be a golden age. It doesn't seem possible, but with Aquarius energy pushing those boundaries, it could be. And in connection to the Aquarius energies, and just intuitively, I feel like a lot of us, and it may have already started, could see the cracks in friendships and in community. It would show us the shadow side of things where friendships or community that we were quite happy with and thought was fine, we're starting to think, oh, I don't like that, I'm not keen on that, I'm not sure about this, it's not as good as I thought it was, it's not working, or you're not happy with things. And then once you see the cracks, you can decide how things need to change, if it can be repaired, or if you just want to let go altogether. But for Libra and Libra rising specifically, when Pluto was in Capricorn over the last 16 years, it was in your 4th house. So over that 16-year period, things would have changed. There would have been power-related struggles, issues, getting your power back in terms of your roots, your ancestry, your family. With your mother, you may have had a massive change in your relationship with your mother. You may have taken your power back from your mother, or vice versa. In terms of your home and your home life, your emotions, you may have felt disempowered emotionally and needed to take your emotions back there. In terms of your sense of security, what makes you feel safe and secure, and your emotional security, all of those issues could have come up for you, to name but a few, over that 16-year period, quite significantly. Now that Pluto is in Aquarius, you may experience changes in power in terms of your creativity. You may feel a greater sense of power in terms of how you express yourself creatively. That's one thing that could happen. The fifth house, so this is so the fourth house was Cancerian type energy and connects to Cancer. The fifth house connects to Leo energy. So again, the creativity aspect of things. Fifth house energy is also connected to fun and entertainment, so you may feel like you want to go out and have more fun, especially if you've had quite a serious period that you've been through where you were just focused on all the heavy stuff in life and the responsibilities. You might be like, hell no, now I want my freedom and I want to just go and have fun. And yeah, your social life, your hobbies are impacted as well. You may feel like you need more power or to have the power to enjoy your social life more. Romance comes up as well for people. So in romantic relationships, there may be things that change about that as well. And then with children, changes, power, struggles, taking power back, disempowerment, and identifying where you're disempowered there in connection to children as well. So that's the overview. That's about as brief as it's going to get. And I'm now going to pull the card. So we've got the vampires here for you. And I just want to look at what it is that Libra and Libra rising needs to know as you go forward with Pluto now in Aquarius. So what do we need to know? And I think I already said, didn't I, that Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. So that's like a whole generation. Right, you've got two. Okay, I like the first card. Oh, wow. Okay, that specifically relates to that fifth house energy. I'm telling you already. I'll get the tarot cards out and then I'll tell you what you've got. Wow, very, very, yeah, very coincidental. Got a lot of butterflies. Wow, you've got loads. Okay, I was only going to get one card for each sign, but I guess yours had a lot to say. So, right, first of all, you have the Creator card, Catalyst, Maker, Mother, Father. You've got two nines here because the other card is Ecstasy, Yielding, Rapture, Bliss, which is 27, which add it together, and that's a 9 as well. And nines in tarot, I'm thinking 9 of Cups. It's not here, is it? 9 of Cups comes to mind with that. So very much about what gives you satisfaction and pleasure. I mean, right, so let's begin with this one. Creator, Catalyst, Maker, Mother, Father. This to me is about you taking your power back in terms of the life you want to create, because creativity isn't always specifically writing, art, whatever else you can create in artistic terms. Writing, it's about manifestation, creation. Again, a 9 of Cups connection with manifestation as well. And because she's got that deer in the, I don't even know, there's like a test tube or something, it is about you creating the life you want, amongst other things. We have the Ecstasy card, Ecstasy, Yielding, Rapture, Bliss. So again, that is that whole the pleasure side of things, but with the Ecstasy card, that's relationships as well, and you have got the 2 of Cups here. So 2 ways of looking at this. I like the fact there's butterflies on here as well. The butterflies make me think of creativity, even though they're usually connected to transformation, which is relevant here as well. And then the green in the card, I don't know if you can see that. That's the heart chakra. Green is connected to the heart chakra, isn't it? So the Ecstasy card, pleasure, the first thing that comes to mind. I already spoke of fun, entertainment, social life, romance, should be pleasurable in theory. Children, hopefully are pleasurable. I know sometimes they can be a pain in the ass, but there's pleasure to be gained from taking care of kids and being around kids as well. But with this card also, if I remember correctly from the book, it speaks of, you know, when you're in relationships and there's the whole thing about submission, I won't say dominant, not submission, sorry, surrender. Well, the word that's typically used is submission, but it's more about surrender. And I've always kind of had a bit of an issue with the whole submission thing because, to be frank, it makes me think of abusive relationships first and foremost, which is not all that it's about. Now I've kind of changed my perception, and in terms of submission or surrender and being led, for me in relationships now, I consider it to be more along the lines of like leading with love, surrendering to support, leading with support, those kind of things. So it's not about surrendering or submitting to someone so that they can control you. It's so that they can give to you, if that makes sense. So that comes to mind here as well with the Ecstasy card. The ecstasy, you can get ecstasy from relationship. Well, you can in a sexual sense, but from relationships by surrendering. If it's to receive, isn't it? If it's to receive, you surrender to receive, not so that someone can control you. What else do we have here? So you've got the Knight of Swords, if you can see that. You have the Strength card. So your reading is clearly going to be longer than the others. I was only hoping for like 5 to 10 minutes, but with this amount of cards. And then you've got the Two of Cups there. Let's see. It's on the bottom of the deck as well. The Hierophant, that's the old rules. That is the old rules. And you also have the Five of Swords. Those are the old rules, but those are the old rules that didn't do you any favors. One message I'm getting with the Knight of Swords, Strength, and the Two of Cups, specifically in terms of relationships, you're going to have to be very honest and have the courage to be very honest about what you want, your boundaries, your non-negotiables. If you want that kind of like the ideal relationship, and it can be romantic, but also just with other people as well, like friends, family, etc. You're gonna you might shock people actually if you step into this Knight of Swords energy. I don't mean it to sound in a cruel way, but you might kind of hurt people's feelings a little bit, not because you've been malicious or mean, but it's just because you've been a lot more honest than you are used to. You may have previously been, I mean, Libra can be connected to that people-pleasing side of us, can't it? But if you're in that Knight of Swords energy, you're a lot more honest. And if you want equitable relationships where there's genuine understanding, there's genuine support, you will have to be very honest. It's all about the boundaries, isn't it? And not being taken advantage of. That's a big part of things. How does it relate to the oracle cards? I don't know. I mean, it does in terms of the ecstasy side of things, or the creation. To create, you have to be very honest about what you want. And I'll say it again, I think this is going to be the main theme of everything I say now, about where I saw that I saw something where someone spoke about authenticity being the highest vibration, not necessarily love or gratitude as we thought. This is just one person's theory. They did have some science to back it up, but yeah, this is where you have to be authentic as the highest vibration to get what it is that you want, whether it is in terms of romantic relationships, platonic relationships, creating the life you want, connecting to the things you want, that your heart wants. Yeah, there's a need to be very authentic, very honest. And it's not about just, you know, when sometimes people are honest and it's actually just being mean. It's not about that. It's the authenticity. And that also brings to mind the saying that, how does it go? Honesty, oh God, what is it? Honesty without kindness is cruelty. Kindness without honesty is manipulation. It brings that to mind as well. So I think I'd bear that in mind for this period that you're going to. But it looks like with Pluto now being in your 5th house, it looks like a fun time. It doesn't mean it's all going to be easy, because there'll need to be changes, transformation, looking at the shadow side of things as well. But if you've been through a rough phase or period in particular, hopefully things should lighten up at some point over the next 20 years, if not for a lot of it. But I'm going to leave your reading there because I know that this is a little bit longer than I expected. Not that it's timed or anything like that, but I'll leave it there. Again, go to the description box if you need to generate your own birth chart, if you want to see the daily written tarot readings that I do, and for a personal reading as well. I'll be back for the in-depth monthly December readings very soon, but until then, take care.